What's going on, YouTube? Is Donnie B all day. So, you guys remember I brought you like this, what was like a timber wolf or something. I can't remember exactly what it was. But it was a Damascus Crocodile Dundee style blade with the bone handle. And it was gorgeous, gorgeous, gorgeous. And I was so excited about it. And then I had a little wiggle and I started thinking to myself, I don't think this is a good knife. So I took it apart. And this was what was underneath. Unacceptable. Knife makers, unacceptable. Don't do that. So what I decided to do was turn it into a nice little camp knife instead of this big Bowie. The Damascus is still pretty nice. The steel is good. Just the tang is garbage. So what I'm going to do is make a full tang blade out of this guy right here. That is going to be a nice little camp blade. Things should work out just fine. I've got a couple ideas for scales already for it, but that is what I'm looking at. So I think I'm going to get to cutting and start to take all that material out of there, and I will show you what's going on. A little trick I learned from my buddies in Nepal. Squat down on the ground in a pair of flip-flops and get cutting. I like it that way. Those guys got me making knives in a whole different fashion. So all I'm doing is cutting out my shape for my tang, and once that's done, then I just have to start making all the finer stuff happen. But just a whole lot of time. You know, just doing this forever. Literally forever. I'll be dead before this is done, but I'll be reborn and I'll finish the video, no doubt about that. But, man. All it takes is a couple cheap tools from Harbor Freight. Boom, we can start making knives. Not that bad. Alright, so let me finish cutting this out. I'll show you. Alright, so we went from busted garbage tang to full tang little camp knife beauty. So now what I have to do is just take it down into the shop, grind off all the shape that I want, make this nice and flat and smooth, because you can see it's obviously caca. And then I'm going to just take off this little burr right here at the edge. So I'm not going to make a full ricasso, but just to take off that, so when I grip it, I'm fine. I'm using this as my guard, so I'm going to make that nice and smooth, and I'll round off those edges. And you can see that it's not very hard. It's not very hard. You can take an old piece of crap and turn it into something lovely. You just got to put in the minutes and wear some flip-flops. That's it. All right, so I just brought it to the grinder and I got my complete shape down for what it's going to be, and it fits the hand immaculately. So right here, I rounded this completely off. I took away this edge so I can put my finger on here all day long and never cut myself. You can see how that's done right there. So even in reverse grip of my pinkies there, I am free, so I can stab down and have no issues there. For a camp knife, that's going to be important. But you can see how much blade I still have after putting a handle on there, especially with my big paws. I do have a tape measure. Hold on. All right, so the current overall is 10.5 inches with a 6.5 inch blade. So it's perfect size for camp knife needs. It's perfect size. So I'm going to finish up that, and then I have to decide what I want to use for scales, and I think I might do a multicolor plywood and get that on there. But I just have to finish up the rest, and I have to drill some holes in this thing, and we'll see where it goes. Hold on. All right, so I made it all smooth. It's really nice. Then I decided to do a decorative spine, so when the scales are on, you're going to see that top of the spine through the scales, and it's going to look really cool. So that is going to be a nice feature when it's all done. All right, so I decided to change things up. Instead of the plywood, I'm going with this awesome tiger looking material. It's a synthetic that I found at Woodcrafters, and I found this and I used it on my BK9 to redo the grips, much needed redo, and I really like it, so I'm going to use it on this. So what I need to do is just rip this in half on the saw and I'll have two pieces, and just like that I have two beautiful freaking pieces. So this stuff is amazing looking. Now all I have to do is cut it down to rough size. Then I'm going to tape it onto the blade and drill straight through all of them so they all line up perfect. All right, so here's the deal. I was drilling through the steel, or attempting to, and I have to say that they did a great job of hardening that steel, because even the good bits did not want to go through that. So what I did is, you can see right here, it's in the vise. It's got some JB weld on it. And what I did is I just made peekaboo holes. I made 3 on each side. And what that's going to do, it's going to allow the JB weld to hold better, because it's going to have some open surface, boop, boop, boop. And it's going to create little windows where you can actually see inside the tang and give you a little finger grip. So now I'm going to let this harden. JB weld, it says, I don't know, it's supposed to be like a 5-minute thing, but I usually let it go 24 hours. Then once that is all dried and hardened, I am going to just take it out of there and shape it, and that's it. So tomorrow we will have a knife, but it's not tomorrow for you guys because it's one continuous watch. So right now we're gonna have a knife. All right, so I don't have my tripod with me right now, but you can see I'm cutting it down, getting it all through. See, I'm starting to contour the scales, and basically I'm just on the stone. I don't know if I'm gonna get you guys in there. I'm trying to do this one-handed, and I'm just kind of going back and forth, nice and round, trying to hold the lines, the contour to make it nice. And you can see how it's coming out, man. This thing's coming out great. You can see the decorative pattern on the top. That's going to get cleaned up when I remove some of that glue. But how's that for a knife, guys? How's that for a knife? Much better than the original package, and it's only getting better. The more I do, the better it gets. So I'm gonna go ahead and finish this, and I'll let you see it and when it's done. Oh my goodness, look at this. You see the spine came out really cool looking. Everything about the contouring, I don't even know if I can get it in there. I did it quasi sub hilt. I didn't want it over accentuated. I just wanted to be able to put a finger on there. And man, look at the contouring. Up, down, up, down, up, down, up. That's called contouring. All those knife makers that make flat scales, which I don't understand, this is how you fit a scale to a grip. Just everything is awesome. The only thing I wish I had a better drill bit so I could have sent the holes through and put the pins in, but instead it just has these decorative little holes in there now. You can actually see the Damascus through the hole, but it also gives you a point where you can put a fingertip inside that little hole. But other than that, it's just nothing. Wow. Look at this. From a knife that was pretty much junk, right? They came out with a good blade steel, but they made you a crappy knife. And all you got to do is sometimes you just cut it down and rethink it. And right there, that knife has been rethought. Holy moly. I I'm digging it. One thing I did do is, as I was taping it, they misaligned. So one scale's a touch higher than the other, and could I get in there and boop, absolutely file it down? No doubt. But it's not affecting the grip, so I don't care. It's my knife. But man, I just found Nemo. Woo-wee! I didn't know you could talk whale. I wish I could talk whale. This thing is as pretty as they come right there. This is as pretty as they come right there. I do like the fact that you can see the Damascus tang through all the little holes. I do like the fact that I can drop it and bounce it off of stuff. Because I plan on throwing it and bounce it off of stuff. But, guys, that is pretty sweet. That is pretty sweet. And there's enough hold right there. I don't touch anything sharp up here. Not even with big hands. You don't touch the sharp stuff with big hands. Reverse grip, even better. You don't touch anything. This little groove right here, and I made the groove go all the way around. You can see it's got a lip. I did that for straight up comfort. Especially, I'm a lefty, so if you'll notice, I did the bump bigger on this side than this side. It's because that's where my index finger goes. So I was fitting it to myself. Holy dope. You can see that beautiful contouring right there, and then the kick out until the big bump. And that right there provides the best little finger seat. So that's it. I took a junky knife and I turned it into a beautiful knife. Oh man, did I turn it into a beautiful knife. Yes, I did. So that's it. That's it for that one. Another blade down. I still have that big hunk of Damascus to make a couple knives from, and I already have somebody who wants to buy, because I'm making 2 of them. I have 2 of these, and I have somebody who's ready to buy one of the ones that I'm going to finish. I haven't gotten started yet, but so when that's done, you guys will see that, and somebody out there, he already put in his name for it, is going to get hopefully a really cool blade if I can make it turn out right. And if I can make it turn out right, it's going to be just like this, and it's going to be pretty sweet, except it's going to be a Tonto and a lot different, so it's not going to be anything like this. But that's it. I got a new knife. I'm Donnie B all day. And until next knife.